Without a shadow of a doubt, Lionel Messi is the greatest player in the world right now. Now, some would argue that that title belongs to Cristiano Ronaldo, but I would strongly disagree with that. Um, but one opinion that I just cannot get on board with is this idea that the Barcelona man and Argentine international is the greatest player to ever grace the sport of football. And the reason why I can't get behind that is because I don't believe it's true. When you want to analyze and discern who belongs amongst the greats in ranking individual players of the sport, I find that a lot of people make the mistake of deciding that the main criteria for such a determination is skill. Now, on skill alone, Messi is one of the greatest players of all time. And he is indeed already, in my opinion, one of the greatest players of all time. But to make a claim that a footballer is the greatest of all time, it takes more than just skill. In my opinion, if skill was the only criteria here involved, Messi would be the greatest player that ever stepped foot on a soccer pitch. I believe that he is not only one of the greatest of all time, but I believe he is the single most skilled player of all time. But for me, skill alone does not equal being number one. There are so many different factors that determine who a player is and what his rank should be on the list of all-time greats. And for me, the other main criteria involved in this is leadership, temperament, fighting spirit, amongst others. And when I look at Messi, Messi is a very mild-mannered, kind of a quiet guy. He's always hungry for more glory, but he doesn't come across to me as a sort of leader on the field. And for me, in order to qualify as the greatest of all time, your success at the club level has to translate, it has to seep through into success for your country. Now, he's worn the captain's armband for Argentina on many occasions, but him being the mild-mannered and quiet man that he is, he doesn't remind me of sort of the attitude that a Diego Maradona had. Messi is the kind of player who thrives when his teammates feed him the ball. But for me, he never comes across as the kind of man who takes the team by the reins single-handedly and guides them through the wilderness. Diego Maradona almost single-handedly won the World Cup for Argentina in 1986. You go back and you watch the quarterfinal match against England, where he made what many consider to be the greatest goal ever scored in a World Cup from the halfway line, dribbling around 6 or 7 English players. Diego Maradona was a guy who would just take a game, grab it by its balls, and just dictate the entire flow of the game itself. And Messi just, I don't even know what the right words to use are. I'm trying to find the best way to describe it. Messi just doesn't have that die-hard blood, sweat, and tears on the pitch kind of mentality. Yes, he's a hard worker. He gives it his all. Uh, he almost lost a tooth a couple of weeks ago in that match. I think it was in the Clasico against Real Madrid. I'm not underestimating his work ethic. But Maradona, you go back and you watch some of Maradona's old game performances, both for Argentina and for his club Napoli. Go back on YouTube, look at some old videos from the 80s when Maradona playing for Napoli. That guy almost died on the pitch. Like I said, blood, sweat, and tears. And a lot of people, maybe you can just sum this up as a difference in personality, a difference in attitude, but I just don't think Messi will ever be someone like Maradona. Honestly, he doesn't need to be someone like Maradona. Messi just needs to be Messi. He just needs to be himself, create his own legacy. But as far as talking about who the greatest of all time is, and this is a very serious topic, this is not just something you should throw around loosely because a player goes through a great spell of form for his club or his national team for a period of time. This is a topic that needs to be taken seriously and discussed seriously. You know, people don't mess around when they say Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, or that Arnold Palmer was the greatest golf player of all time, or I don't know who's considered the greatest golf player of all time, but you get what I mean. So, conversations like this need to be taken by students of history, students who may not even have been around during the time that the greats have played this sport. Pele, Johan Cruyff, Franz Beckenbauer, Zinedine Zidane. But go back, do their own research, analyze, watch old footage, and come to their own conclusions. Without a doubt, Lionel Messi is the greatest player of this generation. And he is the greatest player on the face of Earth right now, currently. But in my opinion, while I would absolutely put him in the top 10, maybe even top 5, I don't think I can put him at number 1. I don't think I could. In my opinion, and I won't get into it too much here, Diego Maradona is the greatest footballer of all time. And right behind him in second, I would say Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, not Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese one. Brazil Ronaldo, if you guys know what I'm talking about, from the 94, 98, 2002 World Cups. He's right there, number 2 in my opinion. Messi, I'm not sure where I would put him, but yeah, I think that's my order. I think Maradona, Ronaldo, again Brazilian Ronaldo, then Pele, then Johan Cruyff. And for those of you who don't know who Johan Cruyff is, go check out Total Football 1974-1978. That was incredible. And then from number 5 onwards, I don't know what my list would be. I would have to think about it. But that's not what this video is about. I love Messi. I want him to win a trophy for Argentina. I predicted Argentina was going to win the 2014 World Cup. They finished as runners-up. I predicted them to win the next 2 Copa Americas in 2015 and 2016. They finished runners-up. So it's a good thing that I'm not a gambling man. I don't believe in putting money on the table. It's a good thing I didn't, because if I did, I probably would have lost money. Too many silver medals. But if you want to be deemed one of the best of all time or close to it, you gotta win something for your country. I think you have to. But it's not just that. It's all the other things that I mentioned in this video about style, mentality, a whole bunch of things, leadership skills. Guys, leadership, 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 leadership.